AITA for telling my 28M GF 25F that she went too far in messing with her sister? I am not Oop. Oop is you, Azulesa originally posted to R. Am I the asshole AITA for telling my 28M GF 25F that she went too far in messing with her sister? Trigger warning! Exclamation mark. Bullying, neglect, parentification and sabotage. Less than. Original post August 30th, 2023. My GF is low contact with her parents and older sister. She has a difficult relationship with them. She felt bullied by her sister, Cora. 31F. Growing up, her mother was frequently ill and depressed and her father traveled for work for months at a time. They were kinda poor. So Cora did multiple jobs since her teens and was controlling and domineering with her siblings about chores and schoolwork. My GF has a lot of resentment about her unpleasant childhood and has pushed back by sabotaging things for Cora in silly and petty ways. Cora got married to her boyfriend of 3 years about 6 months ago. My GF flew over to attend but did act bratty to mess with Cora. It was mostly minor stuff like not confirming travel plans till last minute, so Cora was forced to pay more for plane tickets. Changing her mind about her dress frequently, so Cora had to buy and return outfits multiple times. There were a few other things too, like messing with some organized plans and refusing to do things she committed to. I don't really like it or understand it, but she feels it's important for such payback to bring a balance to her relationship with her sister. Where I feel she went too far is that the night before the wedding, she had a long talk with the groom about how difficult and short-tempered Cora can be. He has a kid, 6M, from his previous marriage, and she knew they were planning on having more kids right after they got married. She told him that Cora hates little children and will bully them. The newlyweds ended up having a lot of fights over their honeymoon because the groom wanted to postpone having kids and change how much involvement Cora would have with her stepkid. Cora found out recently that the conflicts are because her sister had this talk with her husband, and she's been blowing up at my GF. She feels upset at my GF's interference because she wanted to have kids soon, and my GF feels justified because she's convinced Cora would be an awful mother. I told her that it wasn't right for her to meddle in her sister's marriage just to mess with her. But she feels that nothing she said is untrue, so she was morally right to do so. We have been having arguments about this and my GF is now mad at me. ETA. I've been asked this multiple times. So Cora is the oldest. Their parents had separated after she was born, then got back together a few years later and had 3 more kids, one after another. My GF is the second oldest. The youngest 2 are close to both my GF and Cora and ignore the conflict between the two. Cora did different short-term jobs for extra money before she got her full-time job. She didn't do 2+ jobs at the same time. Relevant comments. Cats kill kid. / So by being forced to parent her siblings as a teen, and being tough about homework and chores, GF feels justified in sabotaging her sister. It sounds more ungrateful than anything. Your GF needs serious anger management and general therapy. None of this is healthy or acceptable. Oop. I haven't been able to present a full picture of my GF's childhood in a few lines in this post. But it was awful. She grew up under the power of a sibling who was frequently angry and abrasive. She yelled at her siblings a lot and fought with their parents all the time. She did provide for them. But my GF feels that she used money to excuse her shortcomings. My GF says she's been through therapy before and it has helped her a lot. I agree she's not dealing with her sister in the most healthy manner and she may go no contact with her altogether, and that might be better. She is not like this in her other relationships. Aggressive Mind 2085. She told him that Cora hates little children. Is this right or wrong? Oop. I don't know Cora personally, so I can't say. My GF claims this based on her childhood experiences with her sister. Update September 9, 2023. My GF, Sia, and I had a lot of arguments about her behavior. She got angry and broke up with me. I am still stuck with her for a bit because we share an apartment with 2 other roommates and my lease ends in a few weeks. Sia and her siblings have been arguing a lot about this, and here's what I gathered from what I've been told and from overhearing the daily drama. Sia has been doing this since they were little kids whenever she feels Cora is being too bossy and demanding she'll sabotage her by messing up things. Cora has no idea. She thinks Sia is clumsy or forgetful and just works harder to fix things. She doesn't realize that Sia does it on purpose. Their younger siblings know but ignore it. Sia has talked about Cora behind her back a few times in the past. That she has anger problems and is mean. According to Sia, everyone knows she's short-tempered and yells a lot, but people like her because she helps them and is a fixer. I heard Cora tell her that she knows Sia talks about her like this and has accepted that, but still didn't think that she'd do it at her wedding. What Cora is really shocked about though is that Sia called her a bad mother and that she hates kids. Cora sees herself as a good mother figure and did not see this coming from her sister. All the siblings rely on Cora as the parental figure instead of their actual parents. So Cora has helped her siblings with school, college and just about every facet of learning to adult things. Her siblings still call her first for help with anything. Even Sia does that. A couple months ago she totaled her car and panicked and called Cora first. Cora walked her through everything and helped her deal with insurance. Sia is still adamant that she did the right thing. When she talked to her Bill, he was surprised to hear that Cora was short-tempered or that she yells. He hadn't seen that side of her. Sia thinks her telling him that means now he won't be shocked when he sees the real her and they'll be in a stronger marriage. Cora and her husband have since fixed their issues and are doing well together again. Sia feels like her actions have actually helped Cora and so she has nothing to complain about. I think it's more likely that Bill witnessed these sibling arguments and realized how things are. Cora hosts Thanksgiving for the entire family and also organizes a family vacation every year. In her arguments she angrily told Sia not to come to these events this year. She doesn't want her there. Sia complained to their mom and mom berated Cora for trying to break the family. Cora blew up and is not going to do Thanksgiving at all. That offended a lot of people and everyone is giving her a hard time for overreacting. Sia is sure she'll get over it and host again. I'll be moving out soon and probably won't have any more insights into this family drama. Marked as concluded because Oop has indicated he won't be posting more on this issue. I sincerely hope Cora's husband helps her impose strong boundaries on her terrible mother and terrible sister Sia. The best part of this story is knowing he'll be out of there and there won't be any more information. Whatever he said about not providing enough info about her personality is on him. She sounds like she could pay her therapist's kids' way through college. She hates her sister enough to try and ruin her life but still runs to her in a crisis? The audacity. I really hope Cora cuts her off completely. The parents are obviously the worst, but wow, Sia is a nasty piece of childish work. Sociopath levels of brattiness and sabotage, and for what? What does she earn back by this revenge? A stable childhood? Real parents? I hope Cora stops taking Sia's calls when Sia needs her one semi-competent parental figure to hold her fully adult hand in doing anything scary. Cora is the only safe person for Sia to lash out at, and that's so sad because she's ruined her relationship with quite possibly the only mature person in her family. And poor Cora went through all of that parentification and is being punished for being the only disciplinarian setting reasonable boundaries and expectations for her siblings. The petty and minor things were already horrible to me. Even if it hadn't been for a wedding, I would think that was pretty bad. Wonder what petty and minor things she will do to Oop now that they aren't together. So Cora pays to fly her sister out, pays for her dress, including the many changes she decided to make last minute, and Sia tries to ruin her marriage and relationship? Then Oop tries to justify it by saying the teenager, now responsible for kids and having to financially provide for said kids, was abrasive, that she yelled at them to do their chores and homework, that since as a teenager she wasn't sunshine and rainbows raising other people's kids, then she must hate children. I'm glad it seems things got sorted between Cora and her husband. I hope she can cut the toxicity out of their lives before they have kids. Maybe the two youngest siblings are okay. Wow, Sia is a POS. How do you make it to 25 without understanding parentification and that Cora was a victim of abuse? How can you be so awful to someone who you still rely on to fill a parental role when they are not your actual parent? Cora would be much better off cutting off contact with the rest of the family. Everyone here needs a whole lot of therapy. Yay, something tell me that the girlfriend is blowing it out of proportion. And the sister was not as bad as she said. What I'm getting from this is that Cora needs to stop helping her siblings and parents when they don't seem to appreciate what she does for all of them. We're getting the observations of a toxic family dynamic from someone who dated the entitled sibling. Sia is the problem woman, shrugging. I would have dropped the girlfriend after finding out just how petty she was. Like unhinged. Seems to me Cora's not the problem. I get golden child vibes from Sia, especially the way the mother went directly to her defense. He absolutely made the right decision breaking up with her. Sia sounds unstable and the therapy definitely didn't do its full job. She needs much more of it. And I hope Cora cuts her off. Though after being parentified for so long, I doubt she will. Being the eldest child in a Notvan Remotelia's bad situation, I can tell you that I have guilt over things I did when in charge of younger siblings. I think it's reasonable to ask a teen to watch no more than 2 younger siblings for an afternoon, so you can go shopping. I do not believe it is reasonable to ask a 13-year-old to watch their 3 younger siblings, including an 11-month-old and a 3-year-old, on a school night for more than 5 hours when there are major standardized tests the following day. If this were to take someone to the hospital, fine, but it was for a long date night, and in the days before cell phones were a regular thing, so I could not reach my parents to come home. When the infant cried inconsolably for more than 2 hours, I lost my cool with her. I was in no way emotionally equipped to handle that scenario. We are both lucky that I did not permanently harm her. I feel bad about my reactions then to this day, and it's been more than 35 years. I have never harmed my own children, who I waited a long time to have. I was not equipped to handle that situation as a 13-year-old. The older sister in this post, Cora, may have matured a lot and be ready for parenthood. It does not sound like Sia has. They both need therapy. The only thing I'm sure about this is that Oop dodged a nuke. The thing is Sia is holding Cora to the standard of a parent. If a parent acted this way, I'd say it's justified to be holding a grudge. But Cora was a parentified sibling. Doing her best, Sia should have this anger and desire to hurt the parents that bailed on them, not the sister who should never have had to raise them in the first place. The GF sounds so petulant. Yuck. I can't imagine being forced to parent my siblings while both our parents are alive and then having younger sibling try to ruin my marriage and future. Sia's resentment is misplaced and it should be directed at her parents. I know a girl, eldest, with 4 sisters who lost their father when the youngest was few months old. Their mom didn't have a job and did some stuff but still spoiled the youngest rotten. The eldest was the black sheep of the family and was the only one who got a good job that paid so well, so she turned to be the family's breadwinner. The thing is, jealousy exists, and no matter what she did, her mom, may she rest in peace, she passed away later, berated her and villainized her. When her mom passed away, her sisters showed their true colors and started doing exactly what Sia did to her sister here. Good news is, eldest sister moved to another country, is getting married to a good guy and has a great job. And she's NC with her sisters. It seems Cora had a bad childhood, basically being forced to be a third parent. I hope she finally sees Sia for what she really is and goes no contact. If it wasn't for Cora, would there be any family vacations or holiday traditions?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.